seconds. Let's play hockey. Wild start it left to right. Wedman shovels it in. Sends it down the wall on the right wing from center ice. Sullivan trying to jam it free against Vanecek. Tied up at the far hash mark wall. Starting this one through center. Pass left wing. Dale from LeBret. LeBret pushing through that winner against the Wild last weekend at the tail end of overtime. Wild trying to pick up a couple points on the road in this building and return the favor. Right wing banked off the point wall. Gilbo. Slow roller for Wedman. Chips it off the boards. Right back to him. Swept over the blue line. Wild head back and get their first line change of the night. 40 seconds gone in this one. No shots on net in those opening seconds. Swept away with Ismail Abagash. That one got blocked coming over the blue line. Andre settles it on his stick. Careened ahead off the stick of Torrey. Saab looking to get control. Torrey fires it on right half wall. Parried aside. Blocker save by Grout. 14:50 left in the first period. Scoreless game, but the Wild controlling the early pace. They've got 4 of the first 5 shots. Torrey jamming a man into the far corner. That's Dylan LeBret. Left wing Abagash at the blue line. To Hopper into the far corner. Gliding to it on the end wall was Alexander Lang. Lang far corner. Wants to go corner to corner. Wild steal this one. Grosskloss flies it across. Settling is Saab. Popped up over the blue line. Saab nicks it off the half wall. Looking for Grosskloss out high. If he could get control of it, the Americans get there first. Pass right wing for Lang. Pushes it down the boards, and he heads for the threshold. Pushes it down the wall. Smash into the half boards with Darian Rolsing. Big 6'6" man out of Speyer, Germany. Far corner. Paveo trying to move it up the wall. Wild able to at least roll it out to neutral. Sullivan wobbles it down the wall. Throws on the brakes in the far corner. Cycles it out, Rolsing. And to the left point for Toll. Wobbled on and a save made by Grout. Picked up in front. Caffey trying to slide it in and a fantastic save. Left leg sprawled out. Ryan Grout. Rimmed in on the end boards. Grout stops it up. Shoves it over far corner for Vanecek. Grabbed at the far hash mark with Levi Benson. Caffey to the half wall, and it's stolen. Driving right half and pushed over the line with Paveo. Looking to give and go. Never got the opportunity, though. Sent on, sticked away by Tversnik into the corner and mailed out to center ice. Vanecek gets it to the red line, zings it right back in with 11 and McKinnon. Sends it forward for Verk. Wild pick it up high slot. Looking for speed through neutral. Benson twirls it ahead, trying to find Caffey in the near corner. Shoved into the wall with Vanecek. Right there as well is Matthias Sullivan. Sullivan avoids the stick lift, trying to maintain possession of the puck. Going backdoor for Benson, and it's still skipping around on him. Never got a shot away. 3-on-2, plus the back check from Benson. Chipped to the front of the net and fired wide from the left circle from Kirchall. Big gasp from this Tri-City crowd with 7:55 left in the first period. Long dump off the end boards. Wild get a change. Hand it off for Savin Verk. Verk driving. Right wing. Gets it over the red line. Kirchall anchors the blue line for him, so he enters onside. Back for Vanecek. Trying to time that bouncing puck. And it's shoved wide into the corner with Alexandre. Rolsing getting a stick on it as well. And Torrey lifts it out to the blue line. Vanecek cannot hold it in. Right wing Saab playing his 151st career game. Game number 150. Played last night in Portland in that 3-2 overtime win. At the blue line, Andre shoves it down the near wall. LeBret clips it off the glass and into the Wild zone. Back to get to it is Toll. Long play through the wickets of Andre off the stick. He heads to the bench, and so does Zane Torrey. 7:05 left in the first period, and a 0-0 score between Wenatchee and Tri-City. At the red line, wristed through. Tate trying to find Wedman. It got banked into the far hash mark wall. 5 seconds remaining on the power play for Tri-City. That one only their second shot on goal tonight. Far hash mark, Savin Verk starting it. Across for Martin. Martin driving in the near corner and back for Gavin Garland, left hash mark. Garland, a one-timer from Vanecek, right point. That one's set wide. Vanecek, left of center, up top. Verk looking for an angle. Garland back to Vanecek. One-timer, it's blocked. Second chance sent wide as well from Verk. Down to 2, down to 1. Wedman at the door. Wedman out of the Marson and Marson Wild penalty box. Grady Wedman, Marson and Marson building this Wild team. One play. Lasers are black. Face-off won by Garland for Tri-City. Roped across for Vanecek, wristed on, another blocker save by Tversnik. Wild move it 3-on-3. Looking for Jodry, a lead-in pass, popped up at the front of the net, leaping on the loose puck. Near half wall, McKinnon trying to hold the zone, spinning through contact along the wall from Jodry. Out to the center logo, shoveled in with Ellick, settled with Smith just below the blue line near side. Coming back to it, Lang pushes it ahead, tries to hand it off for Mikachuk, two-hopper, dumped to the far corner. Jogging back to get to it for the Wild is Jodry. Lifted ahead off the legs of Lang, but outside the zone. Mikachuk's got a tag up, and he wasn't able to touch the puck because of it. Chipped in with Kraft down the far corner. LeBret gets to it, and on the end board, scrambling it onto the stick, or trying to, was Jakub Vanecek. Wild pressure on the near corner with Wedman. Over to the far corner, Wedman still with it below the goal line. Back out to center with Toll. Wild in their own end. Thrown through the logo at center. Wedman over the line. Finds Silaban. Wrist shot. Ran out of real estate and had some stick pressure as well. Sent that one high and wide. Rolsing across for Toll. Wedman going back door. Grosskreutz trying to get to the net with 1 minute to go in the period. And the Wild by one. 13 shots to 5. Wenatchee in their favor. Over the blue line, Abagosh. Through a double team. Pushed down. Starting right to left. Grosskreutz does not have it. Vanecek swings it right wing for LeBret. Tips it to Vert. Rims it down the wall. And to the far hash mark for Grady Martin. Kicked out front. Wristed on. Shot block in front. Wild trying to scrape this one free. And behind the net is Grady Martin. On the far corner, Tate sails this one away. Got batted down just below the shoulders. Back in to get to it is Ryan Grout, or Grady Wedman in to take the draw. This one pinballs off his knee. And it's gobbled up by Vanecek. Vanecek looking to throw this one back for Vert. Slides it for Garland. Left wing, frisbeed off the point wall. Wild steal it and sweep it out. Right wing, Wedman drops it back. May have gotten his stick lifted. And Vert gets a pass from Garland, right wing. Vert comes over the line. Shovels a pass up top for Vanecek. Sends it left circle, back for Vanecek, looking to cycle it to Vert, has it top of the right circle. Walks it to the circle, batted down in front, swatted wide. And boards Martin, back up top, Vanecek the one-timer. That one missed high and wide as well. Long bounce off the glass, Vert gets it right point to start it anew for the Americans. Vert walks it top of the slot, wrist shot, he scores. Traffic in front of the net, I am not sure that Tobias Tversnik got a clean look at that one coming in. Time of the goal, 1:18 of the second. It's power play goal. It's tie game. Is it on the backhand side? Rips it on, right point, missed it wide. Corner to corner toss. Wild have this one with Tate. Bouncing through contact from Mikachuk. Wedman starts it ahead. Wobbles it through, tumbling end over end onto the stick of LeBret. It's chopped wide. Wedman looking to get to it. But a little slow as he heads off. Might be the end of a long shift for him here as well. Might be more than anything else. Face-off controlled by the Americans. They got it out to the point wall. No further. Viant rolls it across. Kraft a little bit of open space. Wrist shot. Sent that one high and wide. And out to the blue line. Tossed out center ice and blasted right back in by Gilbo. To the near corner. LeBret hipped into the boards in the corner with Sherbina. Grady Martin returns the favor inside the trapezoid. 14:25 left in the second period. It's a 1-1 tie, Tri-City and Wenatchee. Savin Verk scoring on a power play goal. Sniped from high in the zone. Far corner Martin. Looking to sidestep around Kraft, spinning for it. Doesn't have the puck, Dale does. Throws it on, got that one blocked. Scrambling for it in front is Tversnik, trying to see it, trying to find it. Rolled over, still in front, and the Wild grab it and hustle it out of there. 3-on-2 if they really move. Caught at center ice, Sherbina swings it along and rushes to the bench. Kraft glides off as well with 13:47 to go in the second period. 1-1 tie. Wenatchee scored first in this game. Sherbina, his 19th of the year. Dale.
560 KPQ.
11:42 left in the second period. The Wild down a man on a penalty to Alexandre. Chance from the left circle and a save made by Tversnik. Tied up in the far corner, 2-on-2. Cycled back out, across for Vert. Left half, Vanecek with a wrist shot. That one zinged wide. Out to the right half wall. Vert walks it to the point. Tri-City restarting. Vert shot from the top of the right circle. It's blocked by Saab. Up top, Vanecek with a wrist shot. That one didn't get through either, and the Wild golfed this one away. That one's a good three-wood toss down to the other end. Out to center ice. Sherbina almost able to get a stick and a skate on it and intercept it and bring it back in. Down the left wing, looking for Garland, reversing the ice. The Americans find Verk up above the hash marks. Looking for Vanecek. Dale up top for Vanecek. Right wing for Verk with a wrist shot. That one knocked aside. A save made by Tversing. Out to the right point for Vanecek. Slides it right dot for Vert and across for Garland. Wild got a stick in the passing lane. Garland far corner, down to 48 seconds left on the Dix Heating on the power play for Tri-City. Wild are over on the Dix Heating and Air Conditioning power play tonight. They've gotten one opportunity. Right wing Vert with a wrist shot. That one ran high and wide. Collected far hash mark by Garland. Tri-City 1 for 2 on the man advantage so far tonight. Up top, Vanecek. Chance from the left dot. Off the stick, ahead for Saab. Saab looking to send it across for Grosskloss. Got it blocked. He crosses over. Dumps it in from the left half instead. 7.5 to go, second period. Tri-City with a 2-1 lead. Angled ahead, Mikachuk. Jams it off the boards. Swinging for it is Saab. Turns and wheels it into the far corner. Getting back for it is Vanecek. Lebret feeds it back for Vanecek on the end walls. The Wild finish their changes. Out to center ice, settled onto the stick of Mikachuk, over the blue line. Mikachuk shoved off the play. There to help out is Lang, left circle. Across, Wild steal this one with Kraft, looking for some open space, left half. Driving is Jodry. Wrist shot along the ice and a butterfly save by Grout. Left half wall, Tate spun off his feet. Kraft with control, penalty coming up. The Wild will head on the Dix, hitting it. And Jodry to take face off for the Wild. Face-off controlled by Wenatchee. Out to the left point for Tate. Dix Heating and Air Conditioning power play ongoing for the next minute 5. Left point, Kraft. Wrists it toward the net. Hit a pinball bumper in front. Rolsing has to play it from the far hash marks. Stolen back with Connor Dale. Brings it through center. Turns on the afterburners. Has it at the right point. And back for Vanecek. Almost lost it offside. Into the Tri-City zone. Chase back. Muscled ahead. Want to double check that and make sure it's not broken. You don't want to play with it later. Far hash mark across for Vert at the right point. And up top for Vanecek. Chance from the left dot. One-timer save by Tversing. Troy Mixed Group will be headed to San Jose coming up at the end of February. Better earn themselves a spot at the USA Hockey 18U National Tournament. 16U and 14U also going on in Wenatchee. 14U finals are tomorrow morning. Shipped out to the right hash mark with Vert. That one a sand wedge. To the right point, it is Vanecek. Slings a pass, back up top. Vanecek from Vert. Back over to Vert. Down the right wing circle. Out to Vert. Backhands it up top. Vanecek with a wrist shot. That one banked wide off the glass. Wild trying to get sticks to it. Grosskloss pushes it out of the zone. Going to try to bring it himself down the left wing boards with 52 seconds to go in the second period. 2-1 lead for Tri-City. Up a goal and up a man on the penalty to Smith. Through center for Verk at the red line at the blue line. Tips it over for Lebret into the near corner for Verk. Garland plays it up the wall. Kershaw lost his footing, lost his play on it. Wild clear it away with Wedman. On the goal line, it's Grout dropping this one off. Starting it out is Vanecek. Pass right wing goes to Vert. Over the Wild penalty box for the moment. The face-off belongs to Tri-City. The Americans working it right to left. Martin chucks it off the corner boards. Wild get to it with Saab, and he flings this one ahead. And it ends up Garland. Face-off won by Garland and the Ams, and out of the Marson & Marson Wild penalty box and into the play comes Drew Smith. Marson & Marson building this Wild team one player at a time. And one player to go for the Wild on a 5-on-4. To the left point, Vanecek. Across and back for Vanecek from Vert. Back over to Vert. Vanecek calling for it. Gets it up top. Wrist shot. Zing that one wide. Rebound controlled by Vert at the right goal line. Back to Vanecek. Cross for Garland. Up top for Vanecek. One-timer. Pad save by Tversnik. Up high for Vanecek. Cycling. Garland. Fans on the left circle opportunity. Wild have this one with Smith. Trying to hurl it out of the zone, and it gets away. Wenatchee able to make their full face-off controlled by Wenatchee. They gave up 4 in the second period. Last night to Brandon. Coming through center is Jodry, and that's been their best defensive period of the season. The near hash mark, back for Rolsing. Wrist shot. Ran off the stick of Rolsing to the near corner. Jodry shoved into the hash mark wall. Starting it ahead is Dale. 3-on-3. Dale plays it top of the slot. Wrist shot, deflected high. Garland tries to feed it down the far circle. Wild steal this one. Kraft sauces it out to center. Hahn, bottom of the logo, shifts it along. He heads for the bench. Racing into the play is Levi Benson. Benson on the end wall. Knocks it free. Picked up with Gilbo. Snap to the net. Chested away. Grout with a save. Left point with Gilbo. Wild set up the offense here. Knuckled wide. Played off the end boards with Jodry. Out to the right point. Viant reaches down. Can't hold it. Viant taking stick checks from Kirchall. Moves it ahead. Right wing. Sherbina. Down the wall. Trying to find Benson. Shoved into the end boards with Vanecek. Jodry knocked to one knee. Pitches it away. And out to Viant at the far hash mark. Centering pass. Stolen back with Kirchall. 13 and a half to go, third. 11:49 left in the third. 2-1 lead for Tri-City. The difference maker at the moment, a wraparound from Cruz Paveo. Midway through, slung on by Torrey, paddled aside and cleared down to the Wild end. Still above the goal line. It allows Tri-City to make their full line change with 11:30 to play. Slung out to center ice. Caffey deferring to Kraft. Back over the blue line, Kirchall moves it back out to center. Toll over the logo. Vanecek soccers it along. It ends up in front of the bench. The Wild have this one with Caffey. Surrounded by Tri-City players trying to find a seam. Poked away and taken. Kirchall down the left wing. Into the near corner. Rolsing shakes him up against the end boards. Kraft trying to pull this one off the kick plate. Directly behind Tobias Tversnik, who's been outstanding tonight. 26 saves on 28 shots. Needs a second goal from his offense to get this game tied up. Left wing Vanecek, and ahead with Kirchall at the blue line. And a tip coming over the line, no offside. Hahn gets it back as it's wheeled up the boards. Blue line to blue line throw. Kirchall with a tip. Puck spinning like a top as it comes to the near face-off circle for Smith. Tate ahead. Over center and back for Vanecek. Rolls it right wing, still below the Tri-City blue line. Angled through. Was it touched? It was. Tri-City. What else would you expect from a matchup between these two teams? 3 of the last 9 have gone to overtime. This one, Martin in against Wedman. Grabbed off the draw. Left wing, Dale. Off the pass from Paveo. Dale trying to get to the net. Smith seals him off. Turnaround chance just wide of the net by a couple of feet. Far half wall. Martin plays it back to the point. Dale off the cross ice pass. Bangs one off the end wall. Rammed into the hash mark boards. Far side is Martin. Wild trying to move it left to right. Next goal takes a lead. Might win it. Zone is held, but only for the moment. Wild chip it out to center. Giving chase is Silliban. Change behind him with Wedman and Andre. Ripped through center. Bouncing puck to the near corner. Back to get to it is Viant with 4:50 left in the third. Long play ahead. Kicked off a skate of Ellick. Down to the far corner for Torrey. Sweeps it. Slow roller. Low slot. Stolen back by the Ants. Left wing, Garland. Driving. Trying to beat the foot race. Dogs it to the red line. Looking to push it forward. Smith blocked it, and it's cleared back. A helmet goes flying. Adams got to come off. Wild can't bring it over the line, though. Wedman was already in. He can play it. Martin ships it in front of the Wild bench. Regained with Daniel Viant. Cycled through center. Wedman pokes it the rest of the way to the end board. Savage cycles it right wing. Rats trying to drive it ahead. Out to center. Viant clears this one ahead. Try to get against Carter Kingerski. Face-off won by the Americans. Muscled across, corner to corner, or cross ice in front of the penalty boxes. Down to the near corner. Saab ridden into the boards by Vanecek. Angled out right point. Rolsing giving chase. down the wall. First one there is Vanecek. Saab trying to get control of this one. Far wing and out to center ice. With it is Jodry. Down to 2:07 to go in the third period. 2-2 tie. Wild trying to possibly win this thing. Silabon banks it off the end wall to the side of the net. In down the near wing for Smith. Ramps it back out. Dale tied up along the half wall. It's Saab getting to it. Andre is in there. Smith is in there. Wild start this one away with Wedman. Got it to the red line. Pushes it through. Swimming for it is LeBret. He cannot clear it. 3-on-3 overtime. Wild go right to left. And Tri-City will have it to start. Verk into the far corner. Caffey trying to tie up Vanecek. Out to center ice. Caffey pulls it in. Toll pulls it into the Wild zone. Verk trying to pressure the exit. Left wing Caffey. Driving. Hop step to the net. And a save made by Grout. To the far point. Verk peels it back into the Tri-City end. 30 seconds into overtime. Wenatchee firing the first salvo of period 4 out of 3. Near wing for Verk. Hop step as he starts it. At the blue line. Plays it across. Looking for Garland. Jumping the route is Toll. Benson gliding to the bench. Beckons for a successor. And gets a replacement. Right wing and over the line, Jodry. Gets it for Toll. Looking for a shot. Waiting. Going back door through the legs of Jodry. Jodry pulls it back out center. Wenatchee will get a replacement here for Toll, and it's Tate. 3:50 left in overtime. Wenatchee and Tri-City tied at 2. Long toss ahead. Hit a couple sticks coming through. Got to carry him to Tate. Looking for Kraft near wing. It's stolen. Verk atop face-off circle. Verk and the American on the overtime clock after that. Face-off is won by Tri-City. 4-on-3 in the overtime. Right point for Paveo up top. Vanecek looking. Feeds Paveo. Top of the slot. Going back door. Diving save by Tversnik. And it's out to center for Vanecek. Ahead for Paveo over the blue line. Back up top to Vanecek. Looking for something left circle. Across Paveo. Up high for Vanecek. Still above the circles is Paveo right half. Vanecek asking for it. Gets it. Sends it left circle. Verk at the top of the circle. Backs it to the dot. Out high for Paveo. Wrist shot. Knocked aside. Tversnik has turned away a couple here on this power play. Right point Paveo. Up top. Back to Paveo. Top of the right circle. Walks it near the dot. Sealed off his line by Tate. Vanecek with a wrist shot. That one blocked. Wild ground ball it out above the circles. Paveo regains it. Minute to go on the power play for Tri-City. Verk drags, wrist shot off the stick. It's through. They score. And the Americans underneath Tversnik to the back of the net. The red light goes on. And the Wild will bring 3 of a possible.